Thanks so much for joining us here in the Fox 4 Weather Center. Well, basically, our weather setup today has been similar to the past several days. We continue to see those gusts nearing 40 miles per hour, overcast skies, couple of showers in the mix, really just some light drizzle this evening. And it's all because of this stalled boundary off toward our south. But heading into tomorrow, an area of low pressure in the Gulf of Mexico will bring us widespread rain, even the threat for strong and severe storms. Let's take a live look outside right now, just kind of overcast and dreary as we look live from downtown Naples from the Bayfront Inn. Looking inland, definitely on the overcast side. And yes, other than some light rain showers tonight, that's about it. But this time tomorrow night, we'll be monitoring the potential for isolated strong to severe storms as we watch an area of low pressure move closer from the Gulf of Mexico. Now, currently, it's right here. It's technically not even a proper area of low pressure just yet, but it's on its way. And this will be developing and getting stronger overnight into tomorrow morning. And as it gets closer to us here, that's going to be kicking a lot of energy and a lot of moisture our way. So you might be wondering, okay, is this normal for this time of year here in Southwest Florida? And simply put, yes. During an El Nino, which is exactly the phase that we're in, we tend to see the subtropical jet stream a bit farther off toward the south. It also means that your storm track is farther toward the south. So what would typically be affecting, say, our friends in Tennessee? Well, it's now over us. And that is why, friends, this time of year, during this particular phase, during El Ninos, we tend to see a bit more activity. So here's kind of a breakdown of what we can expect, not just this month, but in the weeks and months to come, because we are expecting this El Nino to continue to get stronger. So we have more storminess because that jet stream and therefore storm track is a bit farther off toward the south. That also tends to lead to more severe weather events during El Nino phases. So even though traditionally dry season, we can let our guards down, this is not the time to do that. And case in point, tomorrow evening, one of those time frames. Also, during El Nino winters, we tend to see above normal rainfall. So we might actually see some recuperation from our drought conditions. Now, speaking of that severe weather threat, let's take a closer look at what we can expect for tomorrow, looking ahead to Sunday. So the winds, they're going to continue to be gusty, around 30 miles per hour tomorrow, gusts to 45 for your Sunday. Rain is going to be heavy at times, widespread 1 to 3 inches with isolated spots upwards of 4 inches that could lead to some flooding. Certainly keep that in mind. Otherwise, it's just good news for our drought, not great news for outdoor plants. On Sunday, once that area of low pressure moves northward, we'll see those winds shift. They'll become onshore. That's going to kick up some flooding. Some coastal flooding could come as a shock, considering our winds all week long have been offshore. Well, once they're onshore, especially during high tide, especially low-lying spots along the coast, heads up there. And then also tomorrow evening from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. on Sunday, that will be the time frame of concern for potential water spouts and isolated tornadoes. All of us in that slight risk for severe weather tomorrow. And again, that time frame really tomorrow evening through early on Sunday. If you do go to bed tomorrow night, just make sure you have your volume turned on and do not use that do not disturb feature. That way, if an alert is issued for your location, you will wake up and be notified. So overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, plain old scattered rain. That's what we can expect. That's how we'll kick off tomorrow morning. So just make sure you have that rain gear close. Heading into the afternoon, that's when we start to see a bit more instability and some of those embedded thunderstorms. It's also in the afternoon that those thunderstorms and those wind speeds will really start to increase. Right here at 8 o'clock, this is when some of those storms will begin to push on shore, some of which could be on the stronger side. From Port Charlotte to Fort Myers, Naples and Marco Island, do stay weather aware throughout the overnight time frame. But by 7 a.m. on Sunday morning, most of that activity is off toward the East Coast, and we can simply expect a windier but clearing day Sunday afternoon. Now, behind this storm system Monday, it's going to stay breezy but much cooler and dry. High temperatures cooling into the 60s.